You guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited because I haven't recorded a YouTube in a long time. And it's solely because sometimes I don't know what to put on YouTube. But listen, today I have a great story time for your guys' entertainment and my agony. If you're not new here and you follow me on TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram, you know that I am a prison wife. My fiance, who will soon be my husband, is incarcerated. But anyways, we get conjugal visits, and I just came back yesterday from a Christmas conjugal visit, and it was so unfortunate the way some things happened and the way that we were treated. So I'm about to do a story time, conjugal visit story time. So yeah, let's get into it. So yesterday was Christmas Day. I came back from our conjugal visit, so I spent Christmas morning with him, but I went the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th and came back Christmas Day. So we spent all those days together, Christmas Eve, a little bit of Christmas morning. Boom. If you've seen my Snapchat and TikTok, I did a conjugal visit haul to where I showed you guys all the Christmas stuff that I took for our conjugal visit. I was so excited and so hopeful that this would be our favorite conjugal visit, even though everyone has been perfect so far. Absolutely perfect. But this one was actually probably the only bad one that we had. Boom, the day comes, it's ready for me to go down to the prison. So I get to the prison, and there, obviously I have to go through security, and they have to check all my stuff. Eventually, it's all new guards there in the front, by the way. The family visit coordinator is on vacation. She's not there. So anyways, they end up taking me back to the room. And really quick, for those of you guys who are not familiar with what a conjugal visit is and how it looks in there, I get to spend the night with my husband in prison. We're like kind of in a little house or apartment. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them together, and they each are secluded. So there's a gate around each one. We can't see the other people and they can't see us. So they have to unlock a gate. We go into like where the conjugal visits are, and then they unlock our conjugal visit. So that's how it works. Okay, my phone died, so let's start this again. First day was great. We had a really good first day. We cooked, we watched Christmas movies, we wore our Christmas pajamas, and we just relaxed and spent a lot of quality time together. Really quick, if I'm talking slow, if my mind seems to be all over the place, it definitely is. I went through probably the roughest time of my entire life last week. So I don't even want to talk about that because I'm talking about it immediately I'll start crying. So if I just seem all over the place, just bear with me. If I'm talking and if I already said something, just bear with me. So anyways, boom, we get through the first day. Day 2 comes. We have 4 days, 3 nights there. Day 2 comes and we're having a good day, again, watching movies and doing what we usually do. Around 2:30 p.m. approximately, bro. That's when the shit start cracking. 2:30 p.m. My husband's in the kitchen. I don't know what he's doing. I think we're about to start cooking or something. And then anyways, I go to turn the television. It's a $50 cheap flat screen TV. It's like that big, probably. It's really small. And anyways, it's not mounted to the wall like the other room. It's sitting on like a dresser. And it's so flimsy, it's so frail, okay? It's not like heavy like my TV. I go to simply turn the TV. I don't turn the whole dresser. And my husband said he was watching me the whole time. And I just simply turn it, and I turn around and I walk away, and I hear him yell so loud. Like I've never heard this tone in his voice and him yell like that. And we don't even remember what he said, but I got so mad. I said, "Why did you yell like that? You scared the shit out of me." Boom, the TV falls. So he's like, I saw that the TV was about to fall. I just couldn't get to the TV in time. The TV falls, and I'm not even worried about the TV. I'm worried about how hard he scared me. I'm like, okay, the TV fell, who cares? I'm like, even if it's broke, I'm like, I don't care about stuff like that, right? TV falls, and he's just freaking out. He's like, oh my God. He runs over there, picks up the TV. The TV is black and it's just fucked up. It's not working, okay? So we can hear it, but it's like, you know that how the TV looks when you punch a TV? That's how it looked, okay? The TV's broke, whatever. Morgan's freaking out. I'm like, babe, it's okay. I'll pay for the TV. Like, it's not that serious. He's like, yeah, well, he's just freaking out. He's like trying to just clean up a little bit because he knows they're about to come in and grab the TV. So he has to go to the wall phone to call the front. He just picks it up and it calls the tower. So he says, hey, first of all, he picks up the phone and the first thing this boy says is, hey, my wife dropped the TV. I'm like, you couldn't wait to throw me up under the bus. I'm like, whatever, bro. I don't care. So he's like, my wife dropped the TV and it broke. So the guy in the tower calls the front. 2 officers come. And this is just the beginning of the story. Wait. 2 officers come. 2 female officers from the front come. Neither one are the family visit coordinator. One like helps the family visit coordinator sometimes. Anyways, they come. They're like, these officers act like it's their TV in their home. What happened? Oh my God, what happened? The TV's broke, it's not working. And I'm just sitting there like this because it's not a big deal. I done went through so much the week before. I don't give a fuck about no TV breaking. I will give you guys a couple $100 for this cheap ass $50 TV that they're going to charge me. Probably no less than $150, $200. They better not charge me more than $200. That TV's so cheap. She looks at me and she goes, what happened? What happened to the TV or whatever the fuck she said? I said, oh, the TV fell. And she's just like, okay. She like looked at me because she thought I was going to explain. Oh, I want to turn the TV. Nope, that doesn't matter. The TV fell. It's broke. Let's move on. They go to start taking the TV out. They're unplugging the TV. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, can we get a new TV? Whatever. Can we move to another room? Can we get a new TV? She's like, no. There's other families coming and they need the TV in that room, and those TVs are assigned to those rooms. We can't bring another TV in here. Now I'm like, he's more worried about the TV and the situation, and I'm worried about now we got to be in this hole for a day and a half with no TV. Praise God, we have the radio. So the radio, like, we can play Christmas music, and it's like, obviously, no black stations, no hip hop, nothing like that. It's just Christmas music, which is fine. But that's all we have. The radio and some dominoes. No more DVDs, no more movies, no more game shows, no more. The TV's gone. They're not going to replace it. They left us in there to punish us for a day and a half in pure silence. No TV. I'm livid. So they leave. Maybe 25 minutes later, 2 more officers come, right? So I'm like just looking out the window and I'm like, babe, officers are walking up here. It's a male and a female, a different female than who left to take the TV. Husband goes out there and he's like talking to him, and I can see all 3 of them are walking back inside. And so the officers like come inside, whatever. I'm in my pajamas. They're like, hey, we heard somebody was hurt. What's going on? And we're like, nobody's hurt. He picks up the phone and he says, hey, we heard somebody was hurt. We came over here to the only family out here in family visit, right? I'll get back to that in a second. We came out here to the only family in family visit. There's nobody else out here. You guys said they were hurt. Nobody's hurt. Like, what's going on? And so whatever, he eventually hangs up the phone. So they check our hands. They check our hands because that's what they do to inmates in prison when they get in a fight. When something happens, they'll check your hands to see if there's like evidence of if something went on in the prison. They check my husband's hands. They check my hands, and I have an attitude. I'm pissed off. Now you guys are ruining our Christmas holiday. Someone lied and said that some physical type of altercation probably went on in here. Somebody was hurt, which was one of the 2 officers who came to take the TV. You show them our hands and they're like, okay, what? Like, we don't know why we were called over here, but some officers might come back to talk to y'all. And we're like, okay. So this whole thing happened within the span of like 40 minutes. So I am losing my mind again because not only are you guys coming to fuck with us, but now we ain't got no TV. So it's just quiet in here. It's cold. It's not much to do, but listen to Christmas music and eat and play dominoes. That's all we had to do for a day and a half, which was cool. I still got to spend time with him, but the story goes on. It does not end there. These officers leave and I go take a shower. I'm like, I need to just clear my mind. I just am so flustered. I'm like, Morgan's like, babe, I know you're not used to this, but this is how they really fuck with inmates in prison. You do nothing wrong and they just fuck with you. I'm getting out the shower. I'm butt naked and I'm drying off. And Morgan goes, babe, they're more officers are coming in here. This is where it gets deeper. I immediately run to the guest bedroom and I'm trying to put on clothes. They're already in here. I'm not dressed. They're already like in the living room, kind of. I can hear them talking to him. That will be in the email also. Because they entered our family visit, which they never. We've had 6 family visits in multiple prisons. Never entered the family visit. And especially, y'all don't know if I'm dressed. You don't knock. You don't. All these new guards, y'all are about to get. The warden will know every guard's name, but let me just pause. I'm dressed. I go in the living room. They have my husband close to the door against the wall. There's 4 guards in here now. New guards and 2 the previous guards who came. There's 4 guards. There's fire squad, and there's a medical like examiner team. Well, the medical nurse, their medical in the prison was all in there. A room full of people, y'all. They got my husband against the wall, and one of the guards tells me, she's like, sit down. I'm like, okay. My attitude is so bad. Beanie's looking at me. Come here. My attitude is so bad at this point because I'm like, this is the only quality time I get with my husband. Not only did y'all not replace the TV, this just spiraled into a snowball because you had 2 officers, which I really wish I could say their names on this show, but it really don't matter because it's in the email, who said that I was hurt due to the TV falling. In conclusion, they said I was hurt as in if my husband threw me against the TV, beat my ass, or there was some physical altercation between me and my husband, right? I've been asked maybe 5 times already what happened with the TV. Did anything happen? Am I hurt? Whatever. So the nurse, I think, this Asian guy is questioning my husband, some officers, whatever. They got him against the wall. Not like hands up against the wall. He's just against the wall. Like he can't go nowhere. And there's guards like blocking the door and stuff. And then the fireman, I'm like, are you new too? So the fire department guy comes over to me and I'm sitting at the table and he's like, are you refusing to, I think he said refusing to answer questions. I think that's what he said. So I look up and I said, am I refusing to what? And I think he said to be checked, actually. To be checked, like, for medical something. I said, you didn't even ask me a question. He was like, oh, well, do you want to be checked? I'm like, no, nothing happened. The nurse comes over with, like, a chart of a human body. And he's writing, asking me questions. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? Did this happen? And I'm like, nope. The last thing I remember saying to this nurse is like, I'm like, nothing happened. My husband didn't touch me. I said the TV fell. So that was kind of, I guess, the end of that. And they end up leaving. 30 minutes later. Y'all, my mind is blown. I'm itching so bad. Look what happened. I don't know what happened to my finger. It started itching so bad and now it's super red. But thank God the light is coming out. So now it looks brighter in here. But boom. 30 minutes after 20 employees left. We do count. So Morgan has count like maybe 6 times a day. So maybe 4 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. He has to do count just to check in to make sure. He has to do count to check in just to make oh my God, I can't speak. He has to do count just to check in and make sure everything's okay. And they do count in prison. Like, it's just a prison thing. The first count I do with him. So anyways, I go outside. I never really have to walk to the gate. I just go outside and show them that I'm okay. Like, I'm here. Whatever. This officer was a bitch. And she wanted me to walk all the way to the gate, which is cool, whatever. I guess due to whatever transpired. So I walk all the way to the gate and she's like, are you sure you want to stay? I'm like, yes. Why wouldn't I want to stay? Nothing happened. They're treating my husband like he beat my ass all because the TV fell, because I dropped the TV. But it's really not because I dropped the TV. It's because a guard said that I was hurt when I never said that, right? I know people are probably going to say, well, it's prison, it's protocol. Like, if somebody says they're hurt, which I didn't say, even if I did, it's protocol for them to question you, right? To make sure I'm okay. But they never came in and said, hey, y'all, we heard somebody was hurt. It's just protocol. We just want to check your hands, make sure you're good. Everything's all right. They came in super aggressive, super hard, ready to throw my husband in fucking ag's egg, okay? All right. Let me talk to YouTube. She said, are you sure you want to stay? And I was like, yeah, why would I want to leave? I said, we just don't have no TV. you know? And I said it kind of jokingly, like really sad. I was like, we just don't have a TV. She said, you're not getting one either. I don't know if y'all just have a pissy attitude, but the warden is about to know everything that happened, everything I went through. You guys caused me medical issues to flare so badly, having anxiety attack, panic attacks. Imagine how our visit was the last day and a half. Like that day, my husband couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, like it was just bad, right? So the next day, our last day, Christmas Eve together, we just tried to make it the best day as possible. So we listened to Christmas music, we played dominoes, like we did other stuff. We just had a good time, but again, it was like weird with no TV. And even when I left, I was scolded and asked again, how did the TV break? What happened? Da, da, da. Oh, before I left, the day, Christmas Day, when it's time to leave, an officer came and he immediately opened the room to the conjugal visit door. Again, y'all don't know if I'm dressed. Y'all have no clue if I'm walking around butt naked. No clue why he did that. They never do that. They never come in the room to get me. It's always I go outside, my husband walks me to the gate, and I leave, whatever, my husband goes back in. They will never come in the room. I got that officer's name. I'm telling you, it's like hella officers. I have all of their names. Anyways, he came in there, didn't knock, didn't nothing, pushed the cart in there so I could put like my stuff on the cart and leave, which was the oddest thing. He had an attitude, like super aggressive. Like, where's your ID? I'm like, I thought I need my ID at the front. He was like, well, you need to have it now so you can show them your... Okay, whatever. So my husband we have to like kiss and say goodbye. And he's like, as close as this camera is, he's super close to us. It was just awkward. My husband gave me a hug and said he loved me, whatever, Christmas morning. I walk out with the officer. He's like, hold on. So he could lock the door. I'm like, these people... So if they're treating me like this, which they never have at this prison, never have. But if they're treating me like this, the way they treat inmates is just shitty. Every single day, every single day. So I get to the front and he's like, checking my stuff. And again, these people are new. They're not used to doing family visit stuff because the way they checked me out. They checked out everything, which usually they don't do that. So it took a long time. And this guy goes, we'll have the TV break. So I think of stuff later, but I should have said, well, you don't need to worry about that. It's been taken care of 2 days ago. Why are you're just like trying to be nosy, trying to be in my business. I said it fell. Well, how did it fall? He's not a family visit coordinator. He has nothing to do with that. Nothing. This nigga clocked in and just happened to come get me. He has nothing to do with that. In conclusion, me and my husband went through a lot of unnecessary stuff. I was treated like complete shit. And I say me because unfortunately, he has been in prison for 17 years. So not that he's used to it, but he was so stressed because of how they were handling me, you know, and everything we had to go through for the Christmas holiday. Now they don't give a damn it's the Christmas holiday. Look at the light. They don't give a damn it's the Christmas holiday. I get that. You guys are here working, whatever, but to be harassed like that and to be put in an unnecessary situation as if my husband put his hands on me because the TV fell was just super insane. And I just can't wait to send this email. I have never not reached out to a prison before, to the warden, and had an issue resolved. I just don't want another family to have to go through this. And especially there's 2 issues. One, that there was no other family and family visit for the whole time we were there. Not one. We were there by ourselves. There were multiple TVs. You guys punished us because I broke a TV that I have to pay for. I know that from when it fell that I would have to pay for it. Didn't bother me one bit. Y'all left us there with no TV to punish us. That cannot be protocol. I don't care if a microwave breaks, if an oven goes out, which our oven went out before and we got to change rooms. A TV breaks, a glass breaks. You guys should be able to fucking replace that so people aren't suffering the remainder of their visit. That was number 1. But number 2, the way that these 2 female officers came in, took the TV, and then stated at the front that I was hurt. He put his hands on me. The TV broke. Fire squad came, medical squad, 12 officers, this and that. And now y'all looking at my husband crazy and all this stuff. And I will be back to the prison on Sunday. they know I live very close because they could see it on my ID. So before I went in the prison, they were like, "Oh, you stay here, da da da." We wanted to take a drive up there because they don't have anything there, Bunk Ass City. So we wanted to take a drive up here and go shopping and whatever. The officers were talking to me. She was super sweet, but she wasn't there the whole time. I wish she was. But anyways, it was just an unfortunate situation. And I don't want another family to have to go through that. I wouldn't ever want to go through that. I couldn't imagine a wife taking her child and the TV broke, and now a whole family is in there with no TV, no DVDs, no entertainment for the children, whatever, no microwave, whatever. I don't play. I sent my husband's stamps to another prison and they stole half of them. The people in the office got that situated. Y'all stole money from me, not my husband. Y'all stole my money. No, everything that happens in these prisons are so fucked up. Y'all have no idea how horrible they really are. I'm not even kidding. Like, whatever. That's just a whole nother story. I will be up there on Sunday to spend time with my husband because I knew I was going to flare. I always flare when I go to like a new environment. I flare a lot in that city. So I wanted to come home, rejuvenate, get out of that prison for a minute. And I'm going to go back in 2 days to see him and spend time with him, watch a little football and regular visit. But that is my conjugal visit story from hell. And you would think after what I went through a few days before that conjugal visit, I was so excited to spend our first Christmas together and maybe to get my mind off of what I went through. This Christmas was just not a good Christmas for me. This year was not a good year for me. I had a lot going on with my moves to get over here to Oregon from all the way across the country. I moved to Oregon 3,000 miles away by myself. That was hard. I did it. Shipped my car across country. I went through a lot this year, but the end of the year, just changed my whole life. So, and then to go through that, you would think like I can go there and just have a peace of mind with my husband. I really hope you guys can't see my nipples. I can see like the little, I hope you can, but if you can, it's just about to be like this the whole video because I done recorded the whole video now. But I am real hopeful for myself, for my husband, that next year will be a great year for both of us. We want to get married. We want to get him a lawyer so he can come home as soon as possible. We're hoping we can do that in the springtime. We're just really hopeful for 2026. So, that is my story. That is my Christmas. And I get a thrill out of watching these Christmas hauls that are going on TikTok because I love seeing other people happy, even though I had a really bad holiday. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I hope nobody is going through what I go through because nobody fucking deserves this. Even though it's a part of life, it is so sickening and so hard. And I just hope you guys had a great holiday. That is my story. I'm going to start posting more on YouTube. Leave in the comments, like I said, what other videos I can do that you guys want to see from me. And I'll see you later.